Hey, do you want to know how to write for the search engines? Actually, how to write for AI in search engines. You want to start taking advantage of voice search more than ever. I always thought that was ridiculous, but with AI, it's time. And so let me tell you a little story about how to write conversationally, and I'm going to tell it to you through something that really happened to me. I used to do the weight room over at Torrance High when I was over there a few years back, and really I love teaching weightlifting, and it's one of the things I really enjoy. But one of my kids seemed to be one of those guys that kept getting in trouble, so he couldn't lift. He had to go do a report, an essay, if I recall. So I go in there, I go, "Hey buddy, what's going on?" He goes, "I gotta write this essay, and I hate writing. I don't know how to write." And I'm like, "Come on, you know how to write." He goes, "I know, but I just don't like it." And I said, "Well, you want me to teach you how to write?" He goes, "Will you?" Which told me that nobody that he respected ever told him that, right? So I said, I'm gonna share with you what my professor from El Camino Junior College taught me. Best writing class I ever took. And this is what little Italian guy. Guy was awesome. And I said one of the things he taught was to use all the senses: touch, feel, hearing, auditory, taste, smell, right? And so you got to use that. But there's another powerful thing that I learned later on in life, where neurolinguistic programming, which is a hypnotic type of therapy, sales, communication, basically. And I said, I'll share with you that, which is the concept of associated, dissociated. So when I was a kid, I go up on the 5 freeway. I go, are you driven by or to Magic Mountain enough, right? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, when we were kids, we'd go past it because my grandmother lived up that way past Magic Mountain. So we'd go bonkers, driving my father nuts and mom nuts. Let us go. Just drop us off and we'll, get us on the way home, which eventually they would do every once in a while. And so we're going by there, and we're going nuts, and in our incredible kid imaginations, we're completely just going crazy, wanting to be on there, imagining ourselves on Colossus, the largest wood roller coaster on earth at the time. And so I had, in my mind, was going nuts. My brother's going nuts, imagining us on that roller coaster. Pretty cool. Like a kid would have at that age, at a young age. You have an amazing imagination. And at my ripe age, I'm trying to get back to that kind of imagination. Believe it or not, we need to tap back into that. So I told my student, my player, I go, now, okay, we've all done that, right? You see something from afar, you go, oh, wouldn't that be cool? And you imagine it, and probably what gets you excited about it is actually being associated to it in your mind. So why not now let me put you associated into the actual experience of the roller coaster? Because you stand in line, it's finally your turn, and you've been watching guys go up, and again you're dissociated because you're watching them go up the hill, up the rails, and you hear the noises and stuff. Then all of a sudden it's your turn, and you hear the click of the locked in thing that's supposed to save you, right? And all of a sudden now it's holding you in, and it moves. And you hear the noise, and all of a sudden, then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden you reach the incline, and you're going up, right, and you're starting to smell the wind, and the cold is starting to hit your skin because you're up in the air, and you could smell the waft of popcorn and hot dogs and stuff that's at a amusement park, right? You're going up, then all of a sudden you go over, you hit the pinnacle, you hit the peak, and silence. Then all of a sudden, here we go, right? And he was like, oh my God, that's awesome. I totally want to go now. Mission accomplished. So that is the type of writing we need to do. In that case, I'm calling it conversational, but it's story time. It allows us to be able to put things together in our own experiences of our business and our life, but also you can name it your specialty, right? Like, this is how I taught a kid to tell a story or to write a story, and I put it in my blog on my website because it's how I did this years ago, how to write, how to actually write, and get people associated. Until they get associated into your world, you're never going to get them. You're just running a yellow page ad with your website. Pay all this money to get at the top of the page one, which is harder than ever, and they come to your site and leave. I see it all the time, right? You know it happens. Why aren't they signing up? Because your site looks like every other site, and so they'll treat it thusly. It's a commodity. A commodity is worth how much? Big zero, big donut. So you got to get them involved into your world, into your emotional pull. Why are you different? And I like to say, it's you show off your humanity. Show your humanity, right? Be normal, right? I'm hardly ever on these things in suits. It's as I'm working out or I'm walking. Hair's a mess, right? Not too bad. Good looking guy, right? But you want to drag them in and pull them in. Good copywriters know this. They've been doing this for years, long before the internet even. So go back to what works. It's Coach Tim out.